Well, hi, Jeff Shore here, and as we think about that training time that you went through, the opportunity for you to learn the theories and the systems of how we take that mission-oriented sales presentation. We know that every customer is on a mission to improve their lives, and at training, this is something that we'll discuss with you, the opportunity to look at it and say, well, what does that process look like in ascertaining how that customer needs to improve their life? Well, now we take that and recognize that we don't get better because you attended a training session. We get better because of how we implement what we learn, how we put it into practice day after day after day. And so we start today by thinking on a deeper level about how we figure out that customer's mission. We know that every customer is on a mission to improve their lives, which implies that there's something that is not right. There's something that's going on in their life that has them thinking that it might be time to make a move. And we've got to figure that out. And I want to suggest that the earlier you figure that out in the process, the better off you are. So let me refresh your memory on how that process works. The customer comes through the door, you have some relationship time, you get to talk for a little bit, you chat about their day and about their home search and about the weather and whatever it is. You know how to build a relationship. But now what we really want to focus in on is how we get to that mission as quickly as we can through two tactics. The first is asking permission to question, and the second is asking the motivation question. So that permission to question is when we can say to that customer, can I take a moment? I just want to ask you a couple of quick questions just so I can make sure I'm pointing you in the right direction. That's the permission to question. And when we break that down, we say that when I ask permission, it's respectful, it lets them know that you're in charge, that I'm not going to try and jam anything down your throat. But then when they say just a few quick questions, we're letting them know this is going to be painless. It won't take long at all. And finally, so that I can point you in the right direction, letting them know that I'm doing this for you and not for me. So once again, altogether, that sounds like, may I ask you just a few quick questions? I want to point you in the right direction. And you want to practice that over and over again until it's simple and natural and just in your second nature. Then from there we move to the motivation question, which should be very conversational, very simple. Don't make this too complicated. To me, I want to make this as direct as I can. So once I've asked that permission to question and the customer says yes, now I say, okay, great, well, let's start here. Tell me why you're thinking about moving in the first place. And I hope you're noting that very light-hearted, very conversational tone of voice. So we put it all together and it goes boom, boom. And I say to the customer, can I take a couple of moments? I just want to ask you a couple of quick questions, just so I can point you in the right direction. Okay? Great. Let's start here. Tell me why you're thinking about moving in the first place. And that's it. Permission to question, followed by the question, the motivation question. Get those right from the very beginning and you will be well on your way to learning more about your customer than any of your competitors know. When you throw in a couple of tell me more about that or talk to me or why is that the case, you get down to a deep level well ahead of anybody else. You will know your customer better than anyone else. You'll be on the fast track to getting that sale started. You'll be on the fast track to changing their world.